Well, ladies and gentlemen, Treyarch made a huge mistake. This is my video after they did the first major update after their break. As you guys know, a few weeks ago, I made a video talking about just the game in general, my frustrations with it, and how tilted I was at the moment while playing this game. And a clip recently just went kind of viral. Charlie Intel, I clipped it on my stream where I talked about how we've had conversation with the devs multiple times about bringing back Warzone 1. Hey Swagg, have you ever asked the devs why this Warzone does look better and have better movement than the first Warzone? What do they say? We've asked those questions for sure. Like, their answers are always very like... I kind of want to go a full detail into that conversation, just also talk about a bunch of other different things as well for you guys. The current state of Call of Duty right now in general is probably the worst I've ever seen it. And the fact that they just had this first major update and they didn't do anything, nothing with the anti-cheat, no weapon balancing, ranked play still has a ton of cheaters. Ricochet's not updated. All they basically did, the update was they just put in a bunch of skins for COD points, and it was just full of like bundle stuff. It had nothing to do with improving the actual quality of life of the game. Now, in regards to them never bringing back Warzone 1, those are actual words. The Warzone 1 engine that a lot of people love, and they think maybe when Verdansk comes back, Warzone 1's gonna come back as well. I feel like that's like maybe something that people are talking about. It's just not the case. If asked, so can you bring Warzone 1 back? They go, we just can't. They basically explain it like they can't bring Warzone 1 back because Warzone 1 was almost like a Build-A-Bear. Like it was like almost like it was like small pieces built on top of each other, put together. Very complex. This is their words, not mine. Unfortunately, they can't bring back Warzone 1. It's just not gonna happen. That game is kind of a mess. Like that engine and the way they built Warzone, they never expected Warzone to be that huge. A bunch of engines kind of thrown together with Cold War, maybe 2019 and Vanguard. But I don't know, sometimes I just think about it, it's like, how did you get Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, especially the movement from those games? How do you correlate? I don't know. That's a whole different conversation, but I'll never understand how they go backwards. When Verdansk drops, I'm 99% sure it's going to be on this exact engine we have. First of all, there's been no improvements. They literally announced it's the first major update and they did nothing except put the Squid Games game mode. I'm so over this. This is one of the most frustrating things I see on social media right now is streamers have to stop playing it for them to fix it. That theory, that logic is just so short-minded, and you think that Activision actually cares that much when streamers don't play it. I'll give you a perfect example on why that's not a thing. Whether I keep playing it or not is not going to fix the game. A lot of people have this sort of negative energy towards streamers and content creators, and it's like, why? It should be at the people who develop the game. With the amount of frustration people would be having in the tweets, you would think that like guys like me are behind the desk developing the game. But a perfect example of this is skill-based matchmaking. And by skill-based matchmaking, I mean that they truly cater to the actual bad players, the casuals. That's who they genuinely care about. They don't care about the tryhards, because all the tryhard streamers and content creators have been complaining about skill-based matchmaking for years. I mean, for genuine years. And they never change it, and they never will. So to say that if streamers stop playing, they're going to fix the game. I mean, skill-based matchmaking is a perfect example of how they don't care about the tryhards or the streamers or, you know, the very small percentage of the Call of Duty community. The COD community is very based on the casual fan base, but it's crazy because even now they're not even catering to the casual fan base because hackers are running around like crazy. We've had the same meta for 40 days, no type of updates at all. And then a lot of people come to my stream and usually ask me this question. They always ask me, they said, why do you still keep playing Call of Duty? The simple answer is I got into actual content creation and actually doing this as a job because I actually loved COD itself. Marvel Rivals is a great game. I like what Fortnite's doing with this ballistic mode. They're ramping it up. It's doing great. I'm glad to see another game thriving because it genuinely puts a lot of pressure on it. But also you got to understand, man, I got fourth at World Series of Warzone. I have 1 billion views on Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I feel like it's more beneficial for me to consistently let the developers know, Leo, this product right now is dirt. I feel like it's less beneficial for me to just leave and go play another game and just not try to force their hand to make it better for not me, but just overall the people who watch me and people who play Call of Duty and just for gaming in general, because when COD is thriving, it's the biggest, arguably the biggest game of all time. That's kind of why I still play it. Also, I'm top 250 in the world. I don't want to give up my spot. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. It's a love-hate relationship. I love Call of Duty, but for me to sit here and say, yo, it's good, it's great, it's just not. Stop. Okay, my cat is just on my setup. Bruh, come on. Come. Okay, come on. Okay, let's go. And I'll give you guys a perfect example of me standing on business and just overall being frustrated with the game. So I don't know if you guys saw for the Squid Games, they dropped a promotional video where they had a bunch of streamers and YouTubers fly out to New York and actually do promotion for the Squid Games event. That was an event and an opportunity I was invited to. I was actually gonna go 100%. I had already booked the flight. Everything was ready. I was super excited because I love New York and I was gonna see all my homies, so it was gonna be fun. But when I dropped that last video where my message to Treyarch and the hacking situation was at an all-time high. I think that day, the day before I was supposed to leave, I got hacked on like 25 times. And I was already kind of dealing with some family stuff, so I was on the fence about it, but I said no to the trip. I said no going to the promotional for Squid Games because it was for the simple fact that the game was such in a bad state, and it still is. It's such in a bad state. I couldn't physically go on that trip being excited for something like as far as COD when the current game and the state of it is horrible. All the people who support me, the fan base is pissed off. I don't know. I would have felt weird. Like, I don't know. Just like I would have felt weird in a sense of, you know, being excited for Squid Games, but whole time there's cheaters. Every time I load up my game, I'm getting hacked on. It didn't make sense for me, and I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I made the right decision in that aspect. I wasn't trying to earn any points with the community or anything like that. I just simply just didn't. I couldn't go. I was too pissed. I was too mad. The game had made me way too frustrated for me to even go. Like I said, I've worked with Call of Duty basically my entire career on the back end side. And the fact there's really been no communication from just the comms team and just overall, what's the update, when it's getting fixed, what's it looking like. They just have to do better. You have to demand better from a billion-dollar company with the product that they have. If you guys don't know this, they've already lost all the player base that they gained during the Black Ops 6 launch. So they gained about 150K players just on Steam. These are just Steam numbers. They gained 150K players on Steam. Well, they've already lost all those 150K players, and we're right back to where we started before the game even dropped, which is absolutely crazy, man. We still don't have the anti-cheat updated. I think the anti-cheat's not supposed to get updated till season 2, and season 2's at the end of this month. And then with the Squid Games update, look, I'm gonna be honest, man. The Squid Games update was actually like the game mode, red light, green light was so fun. It was gas. But one thing that I was saying is, yo, if you're gonna do an integration like this, right? Mind you, this is Call of Duty, so I didn't expect much. But if I was the head of COD and I would have had the Squid Games update, I would have did the full-fledged game. Because I was addicted. I played red light, green light for like 3 hours. I feel like a kid. But it's like, why not create the whole game? And then maybe at the end, somebody wins an exclusive weapon or a blueprint or a skin. Wait, maybe the winner out of 40 people. I think that would have been dope, you know, but, you know, Call of Duty, man, the updates are, you know, 50%. And it sucks because you can already feel it. You can already feel that they don't really care about the current game right now. I feel like they are gearing up for Verdansk. They're working on that specifically right now. I'm sure Verdansk is probably going to drop around March during its anniversary, but you can feel it, man. They're already working on the next thing, and that's the frustrating thing about Call of Duty. Call of Duty's in its best state when they have a great product off start. If they don't have a great product off rip, we're done for the year because they're already going to start working on the next game. And it's crazy because when you think about it, the store is always working, but the current game is just, I have no idea. I can't believe they didn't do any weapon tuning. We've had the XM400 round meta for, I'm not even trolling, like 5 weeks. 5 weeks. I'm just gonna continue to just keep advocating, overall keep pushing as far as like them fixing the game and being more adamant about fixing the game. But don't go to streamers and don't go to people's comments talking about like, yo, you need to stop playing for them to fix it. I promise you that's not the case. If that was the case, we would have no skill-based matchmaking. The most controversial topic of all time. And I promise you there'll be skill-based matchmaking until Call of Duty is ever finished. And you can tell how passionate and how much like the community actually cares, the Call of Duty fan base. Call of Duty has probably the strongest fan base of all time through any game. Very critical and very passionate. And I do see a lot of people just, anytime they're not up to par and they're not giving a good product, people are on their ass. Stay on it, man. For a billion-dollar company, man, they need to deliver a way better product. They need to care about it more and be more open about communications. Look, from a developer side, look, I understand there's certain things that maybe take a while to fix, or there's certain things that they just can't do right away. But I think the biggest thing that they're failing at the moment, I feel like Sledgehammer did a great job with this communication. But one thing I won't give a pass on is the anti-cheat. That is one of the craziest things that happened, is to have no updated anti-cheat until season 2. That is probably one of the most disappointing things that Call of Duty's probably ever done. Just for the simple fact that it just What are we doing? You do a full integration of a new game and there's no anti-cheat for both rank plays and it's just hackers everywhere? I'll be dabbling into Marvel Rivals and other games and stuff like that during this month. I am still trying to push for #1 ranked and just overall get up there like top 10 maybe. But let me know your thoughts, opinion as well, if you agree with the statements as far as like, I want to know in the comments, do you guys think streamers are the problem? Because I never really understood it. You know, I never really understood it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure y'all drop a like at that subscribe button down below. I kind of wanted to make a video to kind of elaborate on the clip that was on Twitter and just overall about the, you know, just from a streaming standpoint, what it looks like for me. I know for you guys are very frustrated, but also you got to remember, it's a lot easier to say for people who don't do this as a job, yo, just quit playing. Like if you don't like it, just quit playing. That's also one thing that's very frustrating is when we get feedback about the game and we tell them, yo, you need to fix this, fix that. They tweet at me and say, yo, you're still playing it. You can't complain about it. What? Everybody who's watched this YouTube video, if you ever had a job, have you ever not complained about it? We complain about our jobs every day. You guys complain about your jobs every day. But for me, it's not even just about complaining. It's also giving actual feedback to make the game better for you guys as well. Streamers playing or not playing is not going to fix it because skill base is an example. Just because a streamer complains about the game or gives feedback, they can still play it. You go to your same job and complain about it. I promise you it's the same thing. So hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure y'all drop a like and that subscribe down below. I'll see you later.